Whether you are a UGC creator, an influencer, a YouTuber, or some other type of content creator, I'm going to guess a massive part of what you do as a content creator has a lot to do with communicating with different brands. Because a lot of times you need brand deals to keep the lights on, so to speak. Today I'm going to be talking about this in regards to being a UGC creator specifically, but just know that if you're a different type of content creator, everything I talk about in this video is going to 100% apply to you as well. I cannot even count how many times I have received a Instagram DM or an email or somebody commented on one of my TikTok videos saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about the brand calls." Or they say something like, "I have a brand call literally tomorrow and I have no clue what to do. Help me, Megan." So today I wanted to break it all down for you so that you can go into every future brand call with a little more confidence and an increased likelihood of actually landing the brand deal. And remember, I make videos like this every single week, always with the goal of helping you get paid as a content creator, increase your income, make a bigger impact, and ultimately elevate your one and only life. So if you have not yet, go subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss a thing. All right, serious question. Even the thought of a brand call give you like this pit in your stomach, or even just like hearing Zoom call with the brand, does that make your heart kind of pitter patter in not such a good way? Well, if it does, then I can assure you that you are not alone. Seriously, you should have seen me moments, minutes, hours before, like leading up to the first brand call that I had. I was a nervous wreck and nothing could like calm my nerves at all. In fact, let me just take you through that entire scenario and give you a real life example of this, just because I feel like those are the most helpful. So hopefully you feel the same way. Let me break it all down for you about on what happened leading up to this first brand call. And you're actually not gonna believe this. I recorded the very first brand call that I had. This is back like in August of 2022. And for some reason, I just had a feeling I should record this. So I'm gonna show you like the first clip of that, and then maybe some other clips throughout this video if I find that they might be helpful for you. Check out this very first clip. I'm about to get on a Zoom with the Captions app. So this will be my first Zoom with a potential client. So watch me as I hopefully close the deal. Okay, could you tell that I was extremely nervous, or did I seem totally cool, calm, and collected? Let me know in the comments what you thought just off that initial very first like video clip. Quick backstory, and I have told different parts of this story in other videos in the past, but I'm just gonna break it down for you. So essentially, this company was an app company, and I had downloaded the app previously, like several days before, downloaded it to my phone, started using it, and just fell in love with the app. So I decided to randomly kind of just post a video about the app on my new UGC TikTok account for literally no other reason than to just like tell people about the app because I thought it was so awesome. So I did that, and I ended up tagging the brand, which I didn't really have a strategy for, but now I know that that's a great way for brands to get eyeballs on you, which could be a whole separate future video. But I tagged them and then they ended up commenting on it. And because I was a new UGC creator, I had the idea, oh my gosh, I should pitch to them. So I went to their website, I found the generic email on their website, I emailed them, very, very short and sweet, like super straight to the point email. They got back to me wanting to get on a Zoom call with me the following day. Now again, I was extremely nervous, and I think there was really two main reasons why I was so nervous. And I really want to break those two reasons down for you in case you can relate to these. Reason number one, it was my first time doing this, right? Like I had no clue what to expect. There wasn't at the time, or at least I wasn't aware of any videos like this one that I'm recording for you that I could just look at and get some feedback or just like know what to expect. Reason number two is because I wanted it so bad. I wanted so badly to land this very first brand deal with the the very first brand I ever hopped on a call with. I just wanted it so, so bad. I had put all of this work, like building up my portfolio, creating my portfolio, starting my UGC journey, telling my friends and family about it, telling my wife about it, telling her how awesome this was going to be and that this was totally the right path for me to take. And I was going to be making, a certain amount of money every single month as a UGC creator. So I had put all this pressure on myself. Really, it was from nobody else but me. I put all this pressure on myself, so I wanted so badly for this one to just work out. And I felt like this first brand call that I had was such a pivotal moment for me in my UGC creator journey. So that's the biggest reason I think I was super nervous about the call. I just wanted to land the brand deal because I felt like that would solidify the fact that I could make it in this UGC space. Can you relate at all to any of that? Tell me in the comments where you're currently at right now in your UGC journey. I read every single comment and respond to every comment, so I promise it won't go unnoticed. I would just love to hear where you're at so I can offer some encouragement as you continue on through this exciting UGC journey. All right, back to the actual brand call. What happened? What was it like? What did they ask me? Let me break it down for you super quickly.
Yeah, send it over and I'll take a look and yeah, we'll get rolling.
Cool. Thanks, Dwight. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to work with you guys.
All right, take care.
All right, you too. Bye.
See ya.
And then after that, I'm gonna get into the 5 specific tips I have for you to actually land brand deals and be more confident going into brand calls. So the call itself was really awesome. It was great. I actually had thought that it was about 30 minutes long, but when I looked back on the video I did record in my camera roll, it was actually about 16 minutes long. So it was really, really short. He basically gave me a rundown on what they were currently doing, what was working for them, offered to show me some ads that they were running right now that were performing pretty well, and then asked me a little bit about my background and what I thought I could bring to their brand. And that really was the bulk of the entire conversation. The person I met with on the Zoom call was extremely nice, extremely chill, and just a really awesome person overall. And I will say that every single brand call that I have had from there on out after this first one, which has been several, have basically been the same thing. They've been very chill, very not intimidating, and the other person has always been just a really great person to just chat with. And in fact, I actually had one person on a brand call tell me that if I were ever in town that we should grab a drink. So that is how chill some of these people are that you're going to be meeting with. And hopefully just hearing that gives you a little bit of peace going forward into your own future brand calls. Okay, let's dig right into these 5 tips I have for you for landing the brand deal. Number 1, come prepared to the call. This is one of the best things you can do for any and all brand calls that you have in the future. The very last thing that you want to happen is you get on a brand call and you look like a deer in the headlight. So how do you prepare for a call? This is what I suggest and what I personally did on the very first brand call. I wrote down 5 different UGC concepts that I had come up with just in case they were to ask me, so what are your ideas for us? What kind of concepts, what kind of UGC video ideas do you have for us? I know myself so well, and I know that even during job interviews I've had in the past, when people ask me these specific questions, I tend to freeze and my mind goes completely blank. So if you're that same way, I really, really cannot stress this enough that this is a great thing to do. Just write down, even if it's just 3 ideas you have, write them down, put them on a physical piece of paper or maybe on your separate monitor if you have like a dual monitor. Put them down just in case they ask you this. Tip number 2, do some research on the brand. This is really, really important and something I think that a lot of content creators fail to do because they figure it's not their job to spend extra time looking into the brand because they could like end the call with no brand deal in place. But I want to encourage you to think a lot differently than that. In fact, I want you to think about this very specific scenario. I want you to think that this 15 to 30 minute call with a brand could possibly mean thousands of dollars into your bank account. When you think about it that way, I feel like your mind is gonna kind of reframe it to be like, okay, duh, that makes sense for me to spend 30 minutes, 20 minutes even, researching the brand and seeing what they're currently doing, what they're up to, what kind of strategies they're using. That would be worth it. 30 minutes resulting in a lot of money into your bank account. So what does that kind of research look like? Let me tell you a few different things that I have personally done and that I suggest you do too. Look at their website. I mean, this is super basic common sense. Look at their website, see what year they got started, how long they've been around, something that states like what they value at their company. If you notice any of these things, just take a quick note of them. Maybe if you're like me, I work with a lot of apps. So if it's an app company that you're about to hop on a call with, then download the app. Even if it's an app that has like 3 or 4, 7-day free trial, get the free trial, use it for a few days just to get familiar with the app itself. And lastly, spend some time in the Facebook ad library so you can see what kind of ads they're currently running right now. Are they using UGC creators currently? Is it mostly just graphic ads? Look at whatever ads they're running right now using the Facebook ad library. And if you do not know how to do this, go check out this video here or there. I don't know where it is, but look at that video and I will show you exactly how to stock brands and see what ads they're currently running so you can get a bigger picture of what their current marketing strategy is like. All right, tip number 3, this is gonna maybe sound a little silly, maybe like you don't resonate with this, I don't know, but tip number 3 is realize that it's just another human being on the other end of the screen. This one is really just a mental shift you have to make and something that I personally actively do and remind myself of every single time I am about to hop on a brand call. I think it is so easy, just like as a person, to go into these calls thinking that, okay, they're the person that's going to hire me, so they're probably like this really smart, really like sophisticated, higher up person that we put on this pedestal, when in fact, they're really typically, everyone that I have been in contact with and hopped on a call with has been really, really chill and just like somebody that's even around my age, maybe younger, and they're just trying to find somebody who's going to best represent the brand that they're working for. All right, tip number 4, do not be afraid to ask questions. And here are just a few that I like to ask during the brand call. So before getting into like the real meat and potatoes of the content itself, you could simply ask them if they're currently working with UGC creators. And if so, what kind of content is really working best for them? Maybe they'll even show you a few different examples. Okay, another question you could ask, like when it comes to actually the specific content you will probably be making for them, you could ask them where this content is going to be put. Like, is it going to be organic content that they're going to be posting on Instagram or TikTok, maybe Facebook? Or is it going to be used as paid media where they're going to put money behind it and run it as paid ads? Next, you could ask them if there are any specific scripts they want you to follow for any of the videos you're going to be making for them, or if there's any specific calls to action that they want you to include in each video. Lastly, I have found it helpful to just ask the brand if they do hire me, if they want me to put text or captions in each video. This is going to differ from brand to brand. Some brands are very against it because they're going to be repurposing the content and they don't want any text that they're going to have to try to remove in the future. Some brands though, they want you to include the text and the caption. So just asking that simple question can really show that you care about the content you're going to be making and that you've put in some effort thinking about and strategizing what the content is going to look like for the brand. Lastly, tip number 5 is be confident. Know that you as the content creator, you have such insane value that you are bringing and you're willing to bring to the brand. And know that they would not have taken 30 minutes out of their probably insanely busy day to meet with you if they had not seen at least some promise that you could represent their brand in a great way. Remind yourself that you have a skill set that they are actively searching for. They need you just as much as you need them. When you actively and consciously remind yourself of that, even if you have to say it out loud, I promise you that your confidence level is going to increase like crazy And that energy alone can even radiate through the computer screen, and they're gonna notice that confidence. And my final tip for this is just like blast your favorite music if that's what's going to get you into that confident, like energy boosting mood. I have one song that I always play before brand calls and I sing along to, and it just pumps me up and gets me excited. Like, also realize that this is an exciting opportunity. You're connecting with somebody at a cool brand that you want to work with, so be excited about it, right? Don't think of it as this like huge scary thing that you have to check off your to-do list for the day. Be genuinely excited, and I promise that energy is going to radiate, and they're going to take notice of that throughout the entire brand call. All right, that brings us to the end of this video. What did you think? What was the biggest takeaway that you got from this? Type it really quick in the comments below, should only take like a few seconds, and let me know what you're going to take away from this and utilize in your next brand call. And if you haven't already, go take a look at the description below this video, because I have a ton of really helpful UGC resources, like my free UGC starter guide that's going to walk you through step by step how to get started as a UGC creator. And then do me a big favor, the next time you hop on a brand call and you put some of these tips we've gone over in this video into practice, shoot me a DM over on Instagram and just let me know how it went. I love hearing updates from you guys, and I always look at my messages and always respond to all my DMs over on Instagram. Until next time, be well and go land those brand deals. I am cheering for you every step of the way.